Well, happy Wednesday. Happy New Year. And welcome to Quick Bite History Live, where we do our best to have a little fun with history. You can catch us live normally each Wednesday and Sunday evenings at 7:30 p.m. Eastern and 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. We have a special show for you tonight with 3 fresh new categories all rolled into one spectacular show. As usual, let's watch our robots paint, listen to my clues, and you all make your guesses as we first count down the top 20 famous people who died way too young. Then, test your knowledge with 20 of the greatest world conquerors in history. And finally, we will count down the 20 most interesting ancient structures of the Americas. So that might be a little challenging. If y'all stick around, we do have a bonus round available if we have some of the hardcore enthusiasts sticking around. Now, please do check in the chat. Say hello. Feel free to comment. I see Arena's here. I see Jan's here. Awesome. That means we're ready to go. If I see a question coming in, I'll do my best to address those as we go. How's New Year treating everyone? Hopefully things are going well. All right, let's fire up our first round. Let's get this thing going with the folks that died too young. Let's add this to the day. Okay, well, you know the rules. Robots paint, you guess. I give some clues along the way. We may start off easy to make it a little harder. It's a countdown, so here we go. Number 20. She burst onto the scene with a retro sound, blending jazz, R&B, and soul. She's known for her beehive hair and signature eyeliner. Her second album won multiple Grammy Awards. Anybody know? Oh, Stuart! What's up, Stuart? Good to see ya. We took your advice and we went for the died too young. She struggled with addiction, which often was covered by the media. She was famous for her hit song Rehab. She passed away from alcohol poisoning. And yes, you do not Janice J, but hang on to those answers. This indeed is the Amy Winehouse. Amy Winehouse is one of the 27 Club. She passed away at the age of 27. Her album, Back to Black, became one of the UK's best-selling albums of the 21st century. There she is. Next up, number 19, died too young. He only starred in 3 films, yet he became a cultural icon. He was known for portraying brooding, rebellious characters. He died in a tragic car accident at a young age. Died at only age 25. There you go. Stuart. His role in Rebel Without a Cause made him a legend. He was posthumously nominated for 2 Academy Awards. How about that? There he is. Looks like him, right? This is James Dean. James Dean. His car crash was not far from where I went to college. We used to drive past the memorial all the time. Interesting little side note. Fun fact, his Porsche Spider, nicknamed Little Bastard, has become part of Hollywood legend. There you go. The Porsche Spider. James Dean. Jimmy Dean. That's the sausage. I don't know. Did he go by Jimmy? Maybe he did. Next up, one of the most iconic female rock singers of her time, known for her powerful, raspy voice and emotional performances. Yeah, that's who I patterned my hair after. We're going for the James Dean thing. Totally. Thank you. I always appreciate the hair comments. My wife really appreciates it. Yes, you got it. You got it. Part of the legendary 27 Club. She performed at Woodstock and at the Monterey Pop Festival. She did pass away from a heroin overdose, unfortunately. And yes, she was one of the 27 Club, 1943 to 1970. Janis Joplin. Janis Joplin. Her posthumous album, Pearl, includes the hit song Me and Bobby McGee. That wasn't released till after her death. Interesting. Yes, there's the Janis J. You got it. You got it. Another member of the 27 Club is coming up. At number 17 on our list, he became the voice of a generation with the rise of grunge. He was the lead singer of a band whose breakout album was Nevermind. I think you guys know. Yes, you know. He struggled with fame and personal issues. He was known for songs like Smells Like Teen Spirit. Yeah, you've got the answer there, Stuart. He died by suicide, maybe, joining the 27 Club. It is not Jimmy Carter. That's a in the news answer, but incorrect. Incorrect. What was Kurt Cobain? Of course, is the correct answer. What was his wife's name? I can't remember. His wife's name, or at the time, his wife. He was. Here it is. Fun fact: he was married to musician Courtney Love, with whom he had a daughter. Did you know that? He had a daughter. There you go. Wonder what she's up to. Next up. Now, I didn't know this guy, but part of the 27 Club. Maybe you don't. He rose to fame as part of the 1980s New York art scene. His graffiti-inspired works dealt with themes of race and identity. He collaborated with pop art legend Andy Warhol. His work continues to sell for millions at auctions. His work, he did die of a heroin overdose, unfortunately, at the age of 27. He was born in 1960, passed in 1988. Anybody know this one? I didn't know this one, but he's a famous artist. Sells for millions. Part of the 27 Club. Anybody know? Going once. Going twice. This is Jean-Michel or Michel Basquiat. Basquiat. I don't think you pronounce the T at the end, right? Basquiat, but Basquiat. Jean-Michel Basquiat. Anybody know that? No? Learn something every day on Quick Bite History Live. There you go. We all learned something. You know this next guy, another member of the 27 Club, widely considered one of the greatest guitarists of all time, known for his electrifying performance at Woodstock. His rendition of the Star Spangled Banner became legendary. And making his, I'd say, 7th appearance on Quick Bite History Live. He makes a lot of lists. He released iconic albums like Electric Ladyland and Are You Experienced? Yeah, Stuart's got it. He died of asphyxiation after drug use at the age of 27. Okay. Well, you guys know. He was born in did you know he was born in 1942 and passed in 1970? And his name is Jimi Hendrix. Yes. Jimi Hendrix. He was left-handed and played a right-handed guitar flipped upside down. Did you know that? How about that? There's a little known fact. All right, not a member of the 21 or 27 Club, but known for her humanitarian efforts and charity work. She became a global icon after marrying into the British royal family. I think Stuart might know this one. Often called the People's Princess. She was constantly pursued by the paparazzi. Those paparazzi. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Lady or princess. And what area was she princess of? Princess of? That's right. This is Princess Diana, born in 1961 and unfortunately passed in 1997. Tragically died in a car crash in Paris while fleeing photographers. Her charity work helped destigmatize HIV/AIDS during the 1980s. Little known fact. Of course, Princess of Wales. You are correct, Stuart. Okay, next up. He began his acting career in Australian television. Yes, allegedly. Allegedly. There's a lot of allegedly stuff. Started popular films like 10 Things I Hate About You and Brokeback Mountain. Oh, I didn't make it all the way through the movie Brokeback Mountain. I don't know if you guys saw Brokeback Mountain, but I didn't make it through. Posthumously won an Oscar for his role in The Dark Knight. His portrayal of the Joker was widely acclaimed. Yeah. He died from an accidental overdose of prescription drugs. Yeah, Stuart knows. Allegedly. I think it's pretty well known. Yes, this is Mr. Heath Ledger, 1979 to 2008. He directed several music videos, including ones for musician Ben Harper. Interesting. Yes, in this case, the fire is ominous. I should have come up with some ghostly effects for this particular round. Okay, let's see if you can get this gal. She's known as the Princess of R&B, or was known. Starred in movies like Romeo Must Die and Queen of the Damned. Oh, this is the gal I didn't know she had. Had hit songs like Try Again and Are You That Somebody? She was engaged to music producer Damon Dash at the time of her death. I don't know who that is. You guys know who Damon Dash is? Weird though, she died in a plane crash shortly after filming a music video. Anybody? Does any of this sound familiar to anybody? Princess of R&B, Romeo Must Die, Queen of the Damned. I definitely remember the movie. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool movie. Hit songs like Try Again, Are You That Somebody? This is Aliyah, A-A-L-I-Y-A-H, 1979 to 2001, Aliyah. Wow. Her self-titled album was released a month before her death. I bet you know this guy. A martial arts legend who revolutionized action films, created his own martial arts philosophy, Jeet Kune Do. I didn't know that. He starred in iconic films like Enter the Dragon and The Way of the Dragon. Yeah, super note. He was heavily influenced. He heavily influenced the portrayal of Asians in American cinema. And he died at the tender age of 32 from a cerebral edema. Wow. I don't know, did he get that fighting? He must have. I don't know the details on that. Yes, it's Bruce Lee, 1940 to 1973. Bruce Lee was also a philosopher and wrote extensively on martial arts and life philosophy. Bruce Lee. There you go. Died too young. We're down to number 10. Top 10. Died too young. I don't know if that's an honor to be on the top 10. A rising Hollywood actress during the 1960s. She was married to a famed director. She appeared in films such as Valley of the Dolls. Enter the Dragon, yeah. Who knows who this is? She was tragically murdered by members of the Manson family. Ooh, that's dark. She was 8 months pregnant at the time of her death. The robots kind of came up with some macabre facts. We should have done this for the Halloween special. Yeah. Yeah, Jan, that's correct. Remember her birthday? 1943 to 1969. That was 1969, if you can believe it. A lot of famous people died right around 69, 70, didn't they? This is Sharon Tate, of course. Sharon Tate was known for her beauty and poise, which captivated audiences in her short career. All right, you probably will know this next gentleman. One of the most influential rappers in history, known for addressing social issues in his music. Albums like Eyes on Me solidified his legendary status. Yeah, you got the first name correct. Shaquille is Shaquille O'Neal. He's a basketball player. So, but it's close. You are close. He was embroiled in the East Coast, West Coast rap rivalry. He died in a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas, Nevada. So you're very close. It is Tupac Shakur. Tupac Shakur, 1971 to 1996. His work lives on through posthumous albums, films, and poetry. There you go, Tupac. The next one's kind of related, but not quite. This next guy is also known as the Notorious B.I.G. Known for his smooth flow and lyrical storytelling, he released an acclaimed album, Ready to Die. Yeah, Stuart. Correct. Part of the East Coast rap scene and rival of Tupac Shakur. That's what I was saying. It was kind of related. He was killed in a drive-by shooting in Los Angeles. And yes, you have it. This is Mr. Biggie Smalls. Biggie Smalls, an ironic name, was born in 1972 and passed in 1997. He was mentored by Sean Diddy Combs, who helped launch his career. So yeah, this was one of the Diddy guys. Huh. Interesting. It all circles around. Everybody's going to know this one. A rock and roll pioneer of the 1950s. He's known for hits like Peggy Sue and That Will Be the Day. That's a lot of baby oil. That takes a little bit. Gotta send the boy out for bottles. Little trip to Rite Aid. He inspired future legends like the Beatles. He died in a plane crash along with Richie Valens and the Big Bopper. His death is referred to as the day the music died. In the famous song, of course. Happy! What's up? Happy's on the board! That's right, Buddy Holly. Buddy Holly, 1936, and that tragic plane accident was in 1959. He was one of the first to use a Fender Stratocaster guitar in performances. Buddy Holly, there you go. Stratocaster. Died too young. This next lady definitely died too young. She died at only 16. Known for her diary, which became a key Holocaust document. She lived in hiding with her family during World War II. Her diary was published posthumously as The Diary of a Young Girl. Yeah. Everybody's getting this. Good job. She was captured and sent to a concentration camp. And she died at the age of 15, not 16, 15, in Bergen-Belsen camp. That's right, this is Anne Frank. Anne Frank's house in Amsterdam is now a museum, and it is visited by millions of people. That's amazing. She became a legend, and she was only 15 years old. Her Diary of a Young Girl. I don't know. I don't know if anybody knows the details of who put basically the publication together afterwards. Obviously, they found the diary and published it. Anyway, Anne Frank died too young. Number five, with a bullet. This gentleman became King of Macedonia at the age of 20 years old. He captured most of the known world by his early 30s. He did die, I believe, at the age of 33. He founded over 20 cities, many of which bore his name. Stuart Rombas. What's up, Rombas? Good to see you. I don't know, the robots kind of did a little interpretation on a youthful Alexander here, right? This is the youthful Alexander. This is his 20-year-old when he took over as king version. He died under mysterious circumstances. Oh, it says at the age of 32, so I miscalculated. In Babylon. Alexander the Great, of course, 356 BC to 323 BC. He was tutored by the philosopher Aristotle, as we learned in Famous Philosophers last week. Yes. Next up. The last ruler of ancient Egypt's Ptolemaic dynasty. I said the P again. Ptolemaic dynasty. Famously involved with Roman leaders Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, making her 12th appearance on Quick Bite History Live. She played a key role in the Roman Civil War. Yes, of course. And another fine version by the robots tonight. Little different look. She was known for her intelligence and political acumen and beauty. And she, of course, died by suicide after she was defeated by Octavian. That Octavian. Cleopatra. Cleopatra the 7th, 69 BC to 30 BCE. So that would have made her 38 or 39 years old. Fun fact, Cleopatra could speak multiple languages, including Greek and Egyptian. Yes. And a slightly different version of her. More of the R&B star Cleopatra tonight. Yes. Next up, number 3 on our list. A child prodigy who composed his first symphony at the age of 8. He wrote over 600 works, including symphonies and operas. Correct. Correct. I want to see you type out the whole name now. Typing challenge. He struggled financially despite his success. His opera, The Magic Flute, premiered shortly before his death. He died of illness at the age of only 35 while composing a requiem. Yes. We have a hard time typing out. There you go. Robots can do it. Except for you didn't capitalize the names. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, 1756 to 1791. Many myths around his death, including theories of poisoning. I didn't hear that. Theories of poisoning. Okay, who's number 2 on our list? He was a key figure in the Romantic poetry movement. Curious. His poetry was not fully appreciated during his lifetime. Bummer. His works often explored beauty, nature, and human emotion. He suffered from tuberculosis, which was eventually what claimed his life. No. This guy is known, though, well known in the literary romantic poetry world. He died at the age of 25 in Rome, where he is buried. Ode to Nightingale. Ode to Nightingale. Doesn't ring a bell. This is Mr. John Keats. John Keats. Robots put him at number 2. His poem, Ode to Nightingale, is one of the most celebrated works in English literature. Wow. I guess I haven't studied my English literature properly. Well, I think everybody's going to get the number one. Died too young. He was a central figure of Christianity. Yes, he is, indeed, with over 2 billion followers today. He's got more followers than Elon. He's got more followers than Trump. Yes. He performed miracles according to the New Testament. He was crucified under the order of Pontius Pilate. Pontius Pilate. Yes, indeed. Pretty good picture. I think the robots hit this one. He is believed by Christians to have risen from the dead. Jesus Christ. Now get the date. 4 BCE to 33 CE. I don't know. I guess the robots know what they're talking about here. 4 BCE to 33 CE. His birth is celebrated worldwide as Christmas, one of the most widely observed holidays. He was looking a little broody there. I agree. Have a broody look. But anyway, that was good. That was a category recommended by you folks. So you do keep recommending those categories. I did just go through and come up with about 100 category ideas. So I think they'll keep flowing. So anyway, next up is going to be World Conquerors. World Conquerors. How's everybody doing tonight? Good to see everybody back in the house. Let's go ahead with the World Conquerors. All right, you know the rules. Robots pay. You guess. I do give some clues along the way. It'll be hard. Let's see how you do. Might start with a hard one. He was the last emperor of a powerful Mesoamerican empire. His empire was centered in the present-day Mexico. He is known for overseeing significant territorial expansion before foreign invaders arrived. Yes, well, I got clear weather, so not as many excuses. Someday I'm going to get another landline and we'll be faster, but don't know when that is. I hear Biden absconded with all the money for the rural internet. He gave it all to Ukraine. Who knows who this is? Captured and killed by Hernan Cortez. Hernan Cortez. But he was a conqueror too. Yeah. You're close. This is Montezuma, or Moctezuma, as some like to pronounce it. Despite his tragic end, his legacy endures in Mexican history and culture. Montezuma the second, actually. Okay, this next one's a little tough too. Good luck. This gentleman is a Turco-Mongol conqueror from Central Asia. He claimed to have descended from Genghis Khan. He is known for his brutal military campaigns across Persia, India, and Russia. Not Khan. This guy descended from Khan. And he was more brutal than Genghis Khan. And I think his empire was just as big. His capital was located in Samarkand. Let's say it right. Samarkand. There we go. Samarkand is his capital, a major cultural center. He established an empire stretching from the Caucasus to Delhi. So from Russia all the way to India. This was Tamerlane, otherwise known as Timur, 1336 to 1405, in case you were wondering. All right. You know this next cat. He makes many appearances on our show. This is a Spanish explorer and soldier who sought fortune in the New World. Hopefully you learned something with that Timurland. He allied with indigenous tribes to defeat a large empire. Known for his role in the downfall of the Aztec Empire, his conquest led to the establishment of New Spain. He's probably the one who named the Gulf of Mexico. I mean the Gulf of America. Yeah, he's probably the guy who named it, or somebody that came right after. His conquest led to the establishment of New Spain. He's famous for his encounter with Montezuma, who we just met, or Moctezuma. That's right, this is Hernan Cortez, spelled with an S. 1485 to 1547. Despite his ruthless actions, he is regarded as one of the most important conquistadors in history. So consequential. Mean SOB, but consequential. There you go. Another mean, consequential conquistador. A Spanish explorer who was inspired by Hernan Cortez. This gentleman led an expedition to South America in search of riches. He defeated the mighty Incan Empire with a small force. This is the guy who got the Incas. He captured and executed the Incan Emperor Atahualpa. Atahualpa. There we go. I got it that time. He founded the city of Lima, Peru. Who knows who this is? This is the South American guy. South American conquistador. Francisco is his first name. Francisco Pizarro. 1478 to 1541. Pizarro was assassinated by rival Spaniards in the city he founded. Bummer, dude. There he is. Francisco Pizarro, big, important guy. Okay, next up is number 16 on our list. We're jumping all over the world and all over time. This is one of history's first known conquerors. So we're talking all the way back at 2300 BCE. His empire stretched from the Persian Gulf to the Mediterranean Sea. He founded an empire in Mesopotamia, uniting various city-states. This is the Mesopotamia guy. First conqueror, first big king cat. He established the first recorded dynasty in history. Woo, not Xerxes, but good guess. Good guess. How about Sargon the Great? Sargon the Great. He had another name, though. Sargon the Great's kind of, his great name. It was Sargon of Akkad. Sargon of Akkad. First big conqueror. This is the first guy. His story is shrouded in legend, including a tale of his birth in secrecy and being set adrift in a basket. So this is where they got the part for Moses or whatever. Set adrift in a basket. There you go. Sargon. Sargon. Sounds like something from Lord of the Rings, doesn't it? Who's this? Anybody know? 600 to 530 BCE. Founded the first Persian. This is the first Persian conqueror. Archimede Empire, known for his policy of tolerance towards conquered peoples. So he was the nice conqueror. He defeated mighty kingdoms of Media, Lydia, and Babylon. He issued the first known Declaration of Human Rights. It was called the Cyrus Cylinder. It was a Declaration of Human Rights. He died while campaigning in Central Asia. Anybody know who this is? First big Persian conqueror. Going what? First big Persian. Good guess. Oh, there it is, Stuart. Incorrect spelling, but correct answer. This is Cyrus the Great, Cyrus. He is still revered in Iran as one of the greatest leaders in its history. There you go, Cyrus the Great. You got it. Good job. All right, you'll know this guy. He was born as Temujin into a nomadic Mongol clan. He united the Mongol tribes into a powerful empire. And the robots did a beautiful job with this painting. His conquests resulted in the largest contiguous empire in history. Yes, you have it. Good picture, don't you think? They're doing a marvelous job. Seems like a rich oil work. He used innovative military strategies and promoted meritocracy. He died after falling off his horse, though. Did you know that? Bummer. That's right, Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan, 1162 to 1227. So 100 years or so before that Hammerman guy. His DNA is believed to be present in millions of men today due to his vast progeny. That's what they call it. Vast progeny. Next up, you'll know this conqueror. He rose to power during the French Revolution. He crowned himself Emperor of the French. He conquered much of Europe in the early 19th century. There you go, Rhombus, Jan, Stewart. Everybody's got it. Everybody's got it. Too easy. His downfall began with the invasion of Russia. He kind of got bogged down in Russia in the snow. He was exiled twice. He died on the island of St. Helena. St. Helena. They make good wine there, don't they? I believe they do. That's in California, though. Despite his short stature, he was known for his towering ambition and intellect. Mr. Napoleon Bonaparte, 1769 to 1821. Napoleon. And speaking of big cheese, we're down to number 12. A Roman general and statesman who expanded Rome's territory significantly. He did play a key role in the fall of the Roman Republic. He led a famous military campaign in Gaul. Correct, Stuart. And I found out over the Christmas holiday that I'm related to Julius Caesar. Explains it all, doesn't it? My daughter had some app that's developed by the Mormon church over there in Utah that does the genealogy, and I guess on my grandmother's side. It traces back to Julius Caesar. So there you go. He was assassinated in the Ides of March, 100 BC to 44 BCE. His name became synonymous with rulership, inspiring titles like Kaiser and Tsar. Oh, so those names both came from Julius Caesar. Kaiser and Tsar. Ah, learn something every day on Quick Bite History. There you go. All right, let's see if you can get the next one. It kind of bounced around. I like the way this bounces around. A Kurdish leader who united Muslim forces during the Crusades. Muslims during the Crusades recaptured Jerusalem from the Crusaders. This is the guy who took Jerusalem back. Known for his chivalry and fairness in warfare. How about that? Yeah, how'd you know that? Horrendous spelling, but correct. I know that you've got the answer. He defeated Richard the Lionhearted. He defeated him. He became Sultan of Egypt and Syria. Yeah, Roberts has it too. I like your spelling better, Stuart. Maybe yours is more correct. Yes, that's right. This is Saladin, 1137 to 1193. Fun fact, he refused to punish prisoners and provided medical aid to enemy soldiers. Fairness in warfare. Saladin. There you go. We're down to number 10. The top 10 conquerors in history. This gentleman led a nomadic group known for its fearsome reputation across Europe. His campaigns brought terror to the Roman Empire. He was known as the Scourge of God by the Romans. Now, a little known thing that I didn't know before, he was from Hungary originally, but no matter. He turned his attention to the Western Roman Empire after a failed marriage alliance with the Eastern Empire. Oh, marriage alliance. I don't know what that means. Anyway, he got jilted and decided he had to go to war. He died on his wedding night under mysterious circumstances. This guy had a hard time with love. But anyway, this is the big guy who the Romans were in fear of. He was the Scourge of God. Who remembers? He's a big guy. Attila the Hun. Attila the Hun, 406 to 453 CE. That's right. Attila. Next up. This gentleman was a king who united much of Western Europe during the early Middle Ages. I always get confused between the Middle Ages and the Dark Ages. He was crowned Emperor of the Romans by the Pope in 800 CE. Known as the Father of Europe for consolidating various tribes and regions. He promoted learning and established schools across his empire. Yeah, you got it, Rhombus. He expanded the Frankish Empire to its greatest extent. That's right, this is Charlemagne. Charlemagne in the years, remember, it's pretty early, 742 to 814. So I guess the Middle Ages were before the Dark Ages. There you go. His empire laid the foundation for what would become the Holy Roman Empire. Charlemagne. There he is. Okay, this next one's a big guy. We're jumping all over the place. We're going back in time. We're going to the east. This guy's an Indian emperor of the Maurya dynasty. He is known for uniting almost the entire Indian subcontinent. 304 to 232 BCE. He converted to Buddhism after a brutal war in Kalinga. He spread Buddhist teachings across Asia. Who this is? Biggest Indian conqueror back in the day. Tara. No, not Tara. His symbols are now part of India's national emblem. His symbol. I don't know exactly what that means. Yeah, sure. Columbus, Dalai Lama. I like it. He's still alive. No, that's another Dalai Lama. That's right. Ashoka. Ashoka the Great. His edicts carved on pillars and rocks are among the earliest known writings in India. Ashoka. There you go. Okay, now this guy's a little more obscure but interesting. He is a Roman general and a politician who reformed the Roman army. Now, this is right before Caesar, 157 to 86 BCE. He's known for recruiting soldiers from the poor, offering them land in return for service. He defeated the Germanic tribes that were threatening Rome at the time. He served as consul 7 times, a record in Roman history. So was consul the thing that was like the head guy before, when it was still a republic, before they had emperors? I think so. Like the head of the Senate or something. His reform paved the way for the rise of the professional armies in Rome. Stewart had it. Correct. And you're close. I think with the Maximus thing, you're on the right track. Gaius Marius. His rivalry with Sulla triggered one of the earliest Roman civil wars. Little known fact. Next up. This gentleman was the first Norman king of England. We're jumping up to 1028 to 1087 CE. He led the successful Norman conquest after the Battle of Hastings in 1066. It's the Battle of Hastings guy. He commissioned the famous Doomsday Book, a detailed survey of his kingdom. Yeah, good. Feel the ominous purple flames again. He built numerous castles across England to solidify his rule. He did die after falling from his horse. Another guy that died from falling from his horse. Stay off the horses. That's right. William the Conqueror is correct. 1028 to 1087 CE. Way back when. His descendants include nearly every European monarch today. Huh. William the Bastard. There you go. There you go. Anyway, William the Conqueror. Next up, we're down to number 5. The 5 top conquerors. The longest reigning sultan of the Ottoman Empire. He expanded the empire to its greatest territorial extent. He is known for his patronage of the arts and architecture. Good man, good man. He ruled during the Ottoman Golden Age of cultural and political power. And he died while leading a military campaign in Hungary. He wasn't fighting Attila, was it? No, this was much later. This is much later. This is 1494 to 1566. Largest extent of the Ottoman Empire. Any guesses? This is Suleiman, but not just Suleiman. This is Suleiman the Magnificent. 1494 to 1566. His famous wife, Roxelana, played a key role in the Ottoman politics. Never knew that. Okay. Next up, you'll know this next guy. He's a Carthaginian. He's a general. He's regarded as one of history's greatest military commanders. He's known for his daring crossing of the Alps with his war elephants. There's the key clue, right? Everybody knows him by the elephants. He fought against Rome during the Second Punic War. Those Punic Wars. Carthaginians. He won a stunning victory at the Battle of Cannae. Yes. Who knows? Hannibal had a last name too, not just the Great. I like Hannibal the Great. Awesome. But he had another name. Hannibal. He committed suicide to avoid capture by the Romans. Did you know that? He committed suicide. He did not want to be captured. Hannibal Barca. 247 to 183 BCE. There you go. Hannibal. There you go. His tactics are still studied in military academies. Little known fact. Right, number 3. 1542 to 1605 to give you the dates. The third Mughal Emperor of India. He is known for his policy of religious tolerance and cultural integration. He expanded the Mughal Empire to include most of the Indian subcontinent. He established an efficient administration and a centralized government. There you go. This is the government guy. Look at him. Got the toes going on. There. No? Like there. Yeah. You knew it. Very good. He died of an illness after a successful reign of nearly 50 years. Akbar the Great. Akbar's court included scholars, poets, artists, and various backgrounds, promoting a cultural renaissance. Akbar. We're down to number 2. There he is, Akbar, posing. Nice pose. He is Akbar the Great. Number 2. His reign marked the modernization and industrialization of Japan. He led the country through the Meiji Restoration. That's an awfully good clue. Ending centuries of feudal rule. He abolished the samurai class. He abolished the samurais and introduced Western-style reforms. He strengthened Japan's military, transforming it into a world power. This is the reform guy. 1852 to 1912. He strengthened Japan's military. He died after overseeing Japan's rise to international prominence. Anybody remember this guy's name? I actually gave it away because I called it the blank restoration. Yeah. Going once, going twice. This is Emperor Meiji. Meiji. Meiji, his era saw the creation of Japan's first railway, telegraph, and modern navy. Okay, final up. Making his second appearance of the evening, he was tutored by the philosopher Aristotle as a young prince. He became king of Macedonia at the age of 20 and set out to conquer the world. He created one of the largest empires in ancient history, stretching from Greece to India. And he is number 1 on our list of world conquerors. He never lost a battle in his lifetime. And he did die at 32 under mysterious circumstances in Babylon. Oh, he's trying the Jimmy Carter again. Trying it again. Similar hair, maybe. No. Anyway, yes, indeed, Alexander the Great. His legacy inspired countless leaders, including Julius Caesar and Napoleon Bonaparte. There it is. He's got the crazy hair going. I'm going to have to go for that, I think. All right, well, you guys did pretty good at the Conquerors. You're starting to learn your Conquerors pretty well. No doubt. Now, this next one's going to be a little bit more challenging to begin. That's my new outro. Anyway, so the next one is going to be a little more challenging because it is one of these that's not a person, but it's a place. Now, I do change the robot's painting style to make it a little more clear to help with the place. And it's going to be challenging because it's, what the heck is it? It's top 20 most interesting ancient structures of the Americas. So think about that. What are the oldest structures in the Americas? We all know the ones in the Middle East and Europe, right? The ancient structures. But in the Americas, the ancient structures are a little less defined sometimes. So here we go. We'll get it going. No more explanation. Get it going, Dave. All right, you know the rules. Watch paint, you get 5 gifts, give the shape. Some of these will be pretty hard. But good luck, we're going to learn something today on Quick Bite History. Found in the highlands of the Andes Mountains, this consists of large circular terraces with deep levels. It is believed to have been used for agricultural experimentation. It's a little different. It has different levels, exhibit varying temperatures, creating microclimates. So I guess you could grow different crops on the different levels. It was built by the Inca civilization for studying crop cultivation. Machu Picchu is incorrect. Save that for later. Save that for later. This is a different place in Peru. Built in the 15th century along the same time as Machu Picchu. But this is very well known for its cool looking shape. This is from an actual photo. This is called Moray, Peru. And the design may have helped the Inca adapt crops to diverse growing conditions across their empire. Anyway, the reason it was well known is that those curvy shapes, right? Pretty cool. All right, let's see if you can get this one. The largest known court for a Mesoamerican ritual game. It is surrounded by high stone walls and carved reliefs. Players used a rubber ball, and the game held religious significance. Legend says that the losers, or sometimes winners, depends, were sacrificed. Not good. It was part of the larger archaeological site of Chichen Itza. So Chichen Itza is where this is. What is the actual place? Anybody know? It actually has a name. This is the Great Ball Court at Chichen Itza. This is where sometimes you got sacrificed if you won, and sometimes you got sacrificed if you lost. It's a bummer. I don't know. Hopefully they'll get easier. We'll see. This was found in the ancient Mayan city of Palenque. It's known for containing the tomb of a famous ruler. It is named after the hieroglyphic carvings on its walls. Okay, so there's the key clue. And you kind of, I guess you'd have to know a little bit about this history, about this archaeology to get these. It is built as a funerary monument for King Pakal. It features a hidden staircase leading to the ruler's tomb. This is one of those where you kind of had to be there. So I want to know the specific building in this case. Which building is this? What's it called? Yeah, okay, Teo something. Hang on to that for later too. Hang on to the Chichen Itza. You might get something else on Chichen Itza. But this is at Palenque. This is at Palenque. This is the Temple of Inscriptions. That was the clue about the hieroglyphics. 7th century CE. All right. Some of these are hard, like I said. They start off hard. They're going to get a little easier. Hang on. Hang in there. Okay, this is a city in this case. An ancient Mayan city in the Puyu region of Mexico. It features the famous Pyramid of the Magician. The Pyramid of the Magician. It is known for intricate mosaics and decorative stonework. It had a sophisticated water management system. Looks like a mud hill, right? Palenque. What city was this, though? Its name means thrice built in Mayan. 3 times built, referring to repeated construction. Any guesses? Probably not. This is called Uxmal. And this was 6th to 10th century, so it was built 3 times between the 6th and 10th century. And unlike many Mayan cities, Uxmal has no natural water source nearby, relying entirely on the cisterns. There you go. All right, let's go back down to Peru. You know, they're discovering more and more stuff down in Peru. Kind of interesting. I might do a video on that. A massive fortress built by the Chachapoya people. It's located high in the Andes Mountains. I repeat myself. It features defensive stone walls and circular dwellings. It is known as the Machu Picchu of the North. There you go. This is the Machu Picchu of the North. I guess you could just say that. It offers stunning views of the surrounding mountains. Who knows what this one is? This is known as Kula or Kuala. Kuala. Kuelap. Some of the stone walls are over 60 feet high, designed to protect against invaders. There's a bunch of stuff in Peru that they're finding now. A lot of old stuff. This was 6th century CE, so not as old as some. All right, so this is interesting. This is a cave famous for its ancient handprint paintings. But I'm looking for the name of the place. The handprints are primarily red, black, and white. Those are handprints, in case you can't tell yet. Don't worry, they're coming. It is believed to have been created by early hunter-gatherer societies. The artwork also depicts animals like guanacos. What's a guanacos? I don't even know what a guanacos is. Its name means cave of the hands in Spanish. So, who speaks Spanish? How do you say cave of the hands? How do you say cave of the hands? You guys are gonna get this one. Come on. Cave of the hands. Cueva de las manos. Cueva de las manos. In Argentina. This is all the way, believe it or not, this is 10,000 BC. 10,000. There you go. Cueva de las manos. All right, we've mentioned this place already, but now we're looking for the city rather than anything specific. This is a well-preserved Mayan city in southern Mexico. It is known for its impressive temples and palaces. And we have mentioned it already. It contains significant hieroglyphic inscriptions. It is home to the famous Temple of the Inscriptions. So we saw the pyramid. Now we want to know the city. And we said it. Looks like I would like to go to this place. This looks like it's got some cool old ruins. And this is pretty old, 226 BC to 700 CE. So it was occupied for a long time. It was abandoned mysteriously around the 9th century. Many of its structures were covered by jungle until rediscovered in the 18th century. And we did mention that this is Palenque, Mexico, 226 BCE to 799 CE. Wow. Occupied for a long time. Okay, let's go back down to Peru. It's a pretty cool picture. The largest adobe city in the world. It was built by the Chimu civilization, in case you might have heard of that lately, on Peru's northern coast. You need to watch some of those History Channel documentaries. I watch them. It's known for intricate murals and large ceremonial plazas. It was conquered by the Inca in the late 15th century. So the Inca displaced the Chimu. Constructed entirely from mud bricks. There you go. Everybody know what this place is called? Its layout reflects a well-organized urban plaza with 9 large citadels. This is known as Chan Chan. Chan Chan. Now, we're not learning all of these tonight, but try to grab one or two. Chan Chan. All right. That was number 13. Its layout reflects a well-organized urban plan. Now, you may know this place. This is the pyramid in the city that we've been talking about. This is the central pyramid of Chichen Itza. Who knows the name of the central pyramid of Chichen Itza? It's also known as the pyramid of Kukulkan. Yes, it's famous for its astronomical alignment during equinoxes. A shadow resembling a serpent appears on the pyramid steps. Yes, Chichen Itza, but not the Temple of the Sun. It's called something else. It's built by the Mayans as a temple to the feathered serpent god. That's pretty cool that the shadow appears of the serpent god on the steps at the equinox. Pretty cool. But what's it called? It's called El Castillo. El Castillo, 9th to 12th century CE, so fairly recent. Each side of the pyramid has 91 steps, totaling 365 when combined with the top platform, conveniently. All right, speaking of one of these places that's turned out to be pretty old, this is Bolivia, 300 to 1000 CE. It is a pre-Incan city near Lake Titicaca. You may have heard of this place. It's known for its advanced stone cutting techniques. They have really squared off stones at this place. Really architectural looking. It features the famous Gate of the Sun. I think we're seeing the Gate of the Sun there in the picture. It likely served as a major religious and cultural center. Its decline remains a mystery to historians. One of those mystery declines. Anybody know where this is? It's very distinctive. The squared off architecture. Pretty cool photo. Good angle. Tiwanaku. Remember that. Tiwanaku, Bolivia. Take that away too. Tiwanaku. Some of the megalithic stones used in the construction weigh over 100 tons, like Egypt. There you go. Tiwanaku. All right, let's see if we can get a little easier with the top 10. Maybe. Let's see if we can get a little easier. These America things, just nobody knows about them, right? Little known history. The largest pre-Columbian settlement north of Mexico. It's known for its enormous earthen mounds. Monk's Mound is the largest structure at the site. Who knows where Monk's Mound is? It's believed to have been a major cultural and trade center, abandoned before European contact, for reasons still debated. Anybody know where this is? It's in Illinois. It's called the Cahokia Mounds. Cahokia. At its peak, Cahokia may have had a population larger than London's at the same time, around 1000 CE. There you go. Larger than London. Take that, Stuart. Cahokia. There you go. All right, let's go back down to Peru. Let's go all the way back to 2600 BCE. This is back when that Sumerian guy was king. They've just been discovering how old this stuff is. It's considered the oldest known city in the Americas. It predates the pyramids of Egypt by over 500 years. This is before the Great Pyramid in Peru. Features plazas, temples, and pyramids. No evidence of warfare or fortifications has been found. It is thought to have been a peaceful society focused on trade and agriculture. Huh. But they had big pyramids, just like Sumeria or Egypt, and it was in Peru. So that's weird, right? I mean, that starts to talk about this connection, this previous civilization, right? The Graham Hancock stuff. It starts going back. Yeah, this is one of those places. This is a Caral Supe. Caral Supe. CARAL hyphen SUPE. There you go. The city discovery reshaped our understanding of ancient civilization in the Americas. There you go. Now let's get a little more current. 15th century. This is Incan descent. An impressive fortress near the city of Cusco. We're looking for the name of the city, or the name of the. It's also the name of the structure. It was built by the Incans using massive stones, some weighing over 100 tons. The stones fit together so perfectly. So this is the greatest example of the Incan stonework, is at this place. Not at Machu Picchu, although Machu Picchu is nice too. But this place has even more impressive stonework. It is believed to have had military and ceremonial purposes. It offers a panoramic view of Cusco below. That's nice. Anyway, this has the most impressive Incan walls. Anybody know where it is? It's in Peru, 15th century. I'm going to try to say it. It's Sacsayhuaman. Sacsayhuaman. I guess I've heard that. Sacsayhuaman. The precise stone cutting techniques used remain a mystery of modern engineering. There you go. We're down to number 7. We're going back to the Aztecs, or pre-Aztecs actually. This goes all the way back to 500 BCE. So it's well before. I think they're talking about Zapotec, a major Zapotec city built atop a mountain. It features terraces, pyramids, and an observatory. And this is way back, 500 BCE to 850 CE. So it was occupied for a long time. One of the earliest cities in Mesoamerica. Its layout reflects advanced urban planning. Yeah, they seem to all have had a pretty organized layout in Mesoamerica. This layout reflects, let's see, declined after the rise of nearby Mixtecs. Those Mixtecs cultures. They were all fighting, causing trouble. Anybody remember where this is? Probably not. But it's a place called Monte Alban. Monte Alban, Mexico. The city offers sweeping views of the Oaxaca Valley below. Down to number 6. Now you may know this name. I think I might have even seen it tonight already. It's Mexico, 100 CE. It is the largest structure in the ancient city of Teotihuacan. Teotihuacan. It was built over a cave thought to be sacred. It is aligned. It's very big. It's huge. You can see it there in the background of the picture there. We're looking for the name of that structure. It stands over 200 feet tall. It's used for religious and ceremonial purpose by the Teotihuacanos. Teotihuacanos. Yeah. Here you go. It is the Pyramid of the Sun. Pyramid of the Sun at Teotihuacan. Hang on to that Nazca. It's coming up. Hang on to that. Now, you might have heard of this next one too. So we have the top 5 now. So in theory, you might have heard some of these top 5. I think it's very possible. All right. Number 5, with a bullet. It's in Guatemala. It's 4th century BCE to 10th century CE, so occupied for a long time. It was one of the most powerful cities of the ancient Maya. The ancient Maya, not the new Maya. Features towering pyramids rising above the jungle canopy. Real steep pyramids. Not those squatty pyramids, steep pyramids. Engaged in wars with the rival Mayan cities. They abandoned this place during a mysterious Mayan collapse. And it was only rediscovered by explorers in the 19th century. This place was totally covered by the jungles. Yes, these are very difficult. I made them too difficult. I wanted to cover the subject. We'll try to mix in an easy one, a medium one, and a hard one each week. That's going to be the rule of thumb. There you go. Anybody know where this place is? They discovered it in the Guatemalan jungle. This is called Tikal. 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 Dug it out of the jungle. Now, you're going to know this one. Guaranteed. It's in Peru. It dates all the way back to 500 BCE. It is the giant geoglyphs etched into the desert floor. It depicts animals, plants, and geometric shapes. Yay! Is that our first answer? No, we've had a couple. Good job, Rhombus. It's visible only from the air. It's believed to have had religious and astronomical significance. It's created by removing the reddish rocks to reveal lighter soil underneath. Oh yeah, I always kind of wondered how they did that. That's right, it is the Nazca Lines. Nazca Lines. 500 BCE to 500 CE, so over a long period of time, they were making these things. The largest figures can be over 1,200 feet long. I thought they were even longer than that. But okay, I'll take it. There you go. It's a big spider. Rhombus coming through with the win. Okay, we've heard of this name already tonight. This is the city. This is the city where this is. A vast pre-Aztec city located near modern-day Mexico. It features the Pyramid of the Sun, which we visited earlier, and the Pyramid of the Moon. It once was the largest city in the ancient world. Wow, really? One of the largest cities, excuse me. It's known for its Avenue of the Dead and its central thoroughfare. Its original name remains unknown as... Do you guys remember the name? Come on, somebody type the name. You've said it. It's Teotihuacan. This is the place, Teotihuacan. This is where Montezuma lived. This is where Hernan Cortez came. This is where it all went down. The city had a complex society with multi-family residential compounds. There you go. Oh, that was Teotihuacan. Not quite the same. Close to the same. All right. We're down to number 2, and we've been talking about this place all category long. This is the city, one of the most famous Mayan cities. It's located right in the middle of the Yucatan Peninsula. It features iconic structures like El Castillo and the Great Ball Court. So we've seen El Castillo, we've seen the Great Ball Court, and that was all in the Yucatan Peninsula. You've typed it like 3 times. It shows evidence of influence from Toltec civilization. It's known for its precise astronomical alignments. Yeah, I think you guys are getting tired. This is Chichen Itza. Isn't that a cool name, right? Chichen Itza. Chichen Itza, Chichen Itza, Chichen Pizza. Let's have some pizza. 600 to 1200 CE. Chichen Itza is one of the new 7 wonders of the world. So if you ever get a chance to go there, there's some cool stuff there. It is a long bus ride, though. There you go. Now, save the. Oh, you guys are jumping. You guys are putting the answer. You already know the last one. You guys were guessing the number 1. Very good. I think Stuart, I think you win for that. You pre-answered. You knew that the number 1 we hadn't visited, so it had to be a stunning Incan citadel, believed to have been a royal estate or religious site, rediscovered by Hiram Bingham in 1911. Good old Hiram Bingham. I have a movie about that. If you haven't seen my video on Hiram Bingham, one of the early ones, some early AI work. What a wonky. It overlooks the Urubamba River, offering breathtaking views. Yes, indeed, this is Machu Picchu. Despite being one of the most famous ancient sites, it was never discovered by Spanish conquistadors. Did you know that? Spanish never saw this place. There you go. Interesting. Well, that comes to a merciful end. Was that even worse than the architects? was that harder than the architects one? All right, I don't know. You guys up for a bonus round or no? We don't have to do it. 20 actors who define 1990s action movies. If you want to do it. It's been a long night. Oh, you didn't like the new robot drawing format? Yeah, I don't like it as well either. It defines the pictures a little better. Is the only reason. If so, when you're doing a place, it may help out. I can experiment with others too, though. If we have a negative reaction, I can look at some others. The Architects was actually harder, huh? There you go. The Architects was kind of like you have absolutely no idea. This one you could try to feel your way there. All right, I need a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Are we gonna do another round, or are we gonna call it a night? Thumbs up, thumbs down, yes, no, do it, don't do it. Another round, not another round. Let me know. Maybe only Rhombus and Stewart in here, so yeah. Oh, you're game. Rhombus is game. All right. Let's fire it up. Let's do it. We're gonna do 20 actors who define 1990s action movies. So this will be a tad bit easier. Yes. It will be a tad bit. You know the rules. Robots paint. You guys guess. And I do give some clues along the way. Before acting, he was a professional bodybuilder with multiple Mr. Olympia titles. He often portrayed unstoppable heroes characterized by his distinctive accent. He played a character that famously said, "I'll be back." Yes. Yes, I think these will be a tad bit easier. Maybe we'll get a crowd back. He worked with director James Cameron on several blockbuster films. If you guys answer like 10 times on each one, that will help the robots know that more people should come in. That's right, Arnold Schwarzenegger. What were some of his movies? Anybody remember his action movies? Who knows? Terminator 2, True Lies. Lots of blockbuster hits. T-800, the T-800. So, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Next up. He started his career by writing and starring in a successful 1976 boxing film. He became known for his roles as tough, often lone wolf characters. He played an elite rescuer in a mountain climbing action film. Who knows? Kindergarten Cop. That was truly a horrible movie. Wasn't it? That was something. This gentleman fought crime in a dystopian future alongside Sandra Bullock. He starred in Cliffhanger and Demolition Man. Yes, indeed. And the robots are hitting this one, don't they? That's right. This is Mr. Sylvester Stallone. He was a dominant figure in 1990s action films with roles that showcased his talents for portraying resilient and rugged heroes like Rambo. I think I stumped you guys last time on Rambo's first name. Did you remember Rambo's first name? I don't know if you remembered. Next up. He began his career in television. Yeah, you got it. He began his career in television starring in a romantic comedy drama series. He is known for his portraying a reluctant, wisecracking hero in his most famous role. Yeah. I think the robots are doing so good, you guys are getting them from the pictures. He starred as a cab driver in the futuristic sci-fi film directed by Luc Besson. He played John McClane in the Die Hard series. Yes, you guys all have it. It's Bruce Willis. What's another cool movie that Bruce Willis was in back in the day? Bruce Willis became a beloved action star of the 1990s with his role as John McClane in Die Hard. And he was in a cool kind of sci-fi movie with Mila Jovovich called. It was called The Fifth Element. Yes. Next up, you'll know this guy. He started his career with roles in comedies, including a film about time-traveling teenagers. Oh, yes, he did. He portrayed a LAPD officer in a high-speed thriller involving a bus. 12 Monkeys. That was cool. Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt played his typical role. He plays that role. Anyway, yes. You know who this is. He is known for his stoic demeanor and calm, collected presence in action films. He played a character who discovers the world is a computer simulation. That's how we all know that it's a simulation. If we watched that movie, that's what gave it away. Yeah, Bruce Willis was in 12 Monkeys. I know. 12 Monkeys was okay. I kind of liked it. I like The Matrix better. Keanu Reeves. Performances in Speed and The Matrix cemented his status as an action hero. Next up, he began his career in Australian cinema, starring in a post-apocalyptic film series. He often portrayed characters who were pushed to their limits by circumstances. He played a police officer with a penchant for taking extreme risks. Yeah, you got it. He won an Academy Award for directing a historical epic in which he also starred. Everybody's got this one. He played Martin Riggs in Lethal Weapon and starred in Braveheart. Yes, we all love Braveheart. The Scottish with the kilts. The blue asses. Or blue faces. I guess it was blue faces. They showed their asses. And they had blue faces. Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson's roles in Lethal Weapon series and his direction of Braveheart showcased his versatility as both an action star and a filmmaker. Mel Gibson. There you go. Next up. Might be a little harder. He was known as the Muscles from Brussels due to his martial arts skills. I like that clue. He often played characters with a military or law enforcement background. Muscles from Brussels. Anybody know the Muscles from Brussels? Yes. Very good, Stuart. Promise. Everybody's getting it. And it's hard to type. It takes some time. He portrayed a time-traveling police officer in a 1994 sci-fi action film, Universal Soldier and Time Cop. There you go. Jean-Claude Van Damme. Martial arts prowess made him one of the most recognizable action stars of the 1990s, with a series of successful action films. There you go. Muscles from Brussels. That's a cool tagline. Okay, number 7. He is the nephew of a famous film director known for The Godfather. He portrayed a chemist who teams up with a former convict to thwart a terrorist attack. I hardly remember that. He starred in a film where he plays a prisoner taking over a hijacked plane. I love that movie. He is known for his intense acting style and unique line delivery. Kind of like me. Correct. Con Air, right? That was and The Rock. The Rock and Con Air were both classics. That's right. Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage brought his distinctive energy to action films like The Rock and Con Air, becoming a leading figure in blockbuster cinema. And there's some story about the money, right? He like had a bad investment guy or something. Bad manager, bad money manager. Had to sell all his stuff or something. I don't remember all the whole story. Next up, he started his entertainment career as a rapper known as the Fresh Prince. He starred in a sitcom about his move from the West Philadelphia to a wealthy neighborhood, Bel Air. Is Bel Air burning though? Or is the fire more on the coast? I think the fire's more on the coast, but it's close to Bel Air. Definitely could be if the wind were to shift. The only good thing was the wind blew the fire all out to sea, and it had to spread up and down the coast. Anyway, that's a little California story for you. He starred as Bad Boys and in Bad Boys and Independence Day. Yes. Yeah. The robot's got the ears, right? Got it down. Will Smith. Keep your my wife's name out of your mouth. Right. There you go. Mr. Will Smith. All right. We're up to number 9. These are in ascending order versus countdown order. He is known for performing his own stunts in many of his action films. He played a race car driver in a film about the world of NASCAR. He starred in a spy thriller franchise that became one of the highest grossing of all time. Oh, that was quick. Yeah, these are easier, huh? Than the ancient American structures. He starred as Ethan Hunt in Mission Impossible. He often portrayed intense-driven characters, showcasing both vulnerability and action skills. And of course, this is Tom Cruise. Mission Impossible, and what was the NASCAR movie? Do you guys remember the name of the NASCAR movie? It had a cool name. NASCAR movie? No, going once, going twice. Days of Thunder. Tom Cruise. There's a new Mission Impossible coming out any day, isn't there? I think so. I think we got a new one. Next up, remember it's action heroes from, I don't know, 80s or 90s or something. Can't remember. He was trained in martial arts from a young age, which featured prominently in his films. He played a security expert who finds himself in a hostage situation on a plane. He also portrayed a vampire hunter in a film that helped lay the groundwork for modern superhero movies. Interesting. Yeah. It looks like him, right? Yeah, looks like him. His characters were often cool, calculating, and highly skilled fighters. The vampire shows, of course, were called Blade. And the airplane thing was called Passenger 57, if you remember that. Passenger 57. Was he in Demolition Man too? Wasn't Sylvester Stallone in Demolition Man also? Can't remember. Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes brought martial arts and charisma to his roles with Blade, becoming a significant influence on superhero cinema. Yeah, that was one of the first, essentially, superheroes. Kind of a dark one. There you go. Next up, this is a superhero. He is known for his expertise in Aikido, a Japanese martial art. His characters are often former military or law enforcement with a strong sense of justice. He played a cook who takes on terrorists on a U.S. Navy battleship. Remember that movie? Yes. He became a citizen of Russia recently, right? Or not recently, but I think he gave up his U.S. citizenship. I'm not sure. He became famous for his stoic demeanor and intense fighting scenes. He starred in Under Siege and Hard to Kill. Under Siege, yeah. You got it. Steven Seagal. Kind of mystique around Steven, right? His unique martial arts skills and portrayal of unstoppable heroes made him a recognizable face in 1990s action cinema. We're doing 1990s action cinema in case you didn't know. Because I didn't know. And I should have known. Okay, we're up to number 12. This gentleman gained fame for his role as a space smuggler in a galaxy far, far away. He often portrayed reluctant heroes with a sense of duty. He played a doctor falsely accused of his wife's murder who goes on the run. You guys remember that movie? Fugitive? He was pretty good in that, right? That was one of my favorite ones. Yeah, you got it. That was one of my favorite Harrison Ford movies, I think. Air Force One, I mean, yeah. But, yeah. Harrison Ford's roles in The Fugitive, Air Force One showcase his ability to blend vulnerability with heroism, making him a key figure in 1990s action films. There you go. Anyway, Tom Clancy movies, right? Air Force One. I think so. Harrison Ford. Han Solo. He had quite the deal too, right? Didn't he crash his plane on the Gulf Coast or something? He survived it. Everybody he was rumored dead, but survived it. I think so. That was in Pacific Palisades as well, I believe. It's burning. Lots of Pacific Palisades tie-ins. Well, you probably know this guy. He won an Academy Award for playing a Civil War soldier in 1980. Now I must skip these clues now because he's also in the new Gladiator. And I really like that movie. So if you haven't seen the new Gladiator movie, check it out. And this guy's in it, and he's going to be, I'm sure, nominated for Academy Awards for it. Yeah, it's Denzel. And he plays the character that's the slave merchant, the gladiator merchant. And it's interesting. The storyline's very interesting. And really cool CGI of Rome and stuff. So it's a cool movie. One of my top movies of the last couple of years, for sure. There you go. Take that to the bank. Denzel Washington, The Siege, Virtuosity, and now Gladiator 2. There you go, Denzel. Yeah, Ridley Scott does great stuff. Great stuff, for sure. Almost all of them are pretty epic, right? Epics. Anyway, you'll know this guy. He is known for performing all of his own stunts, often at great personal risk. He began his career in Hong Kong cinema, combining martial arts with comedy. He brought his unique action comedy style to Hollywood in the 1990s. Yeah, there he is. He teamed up with Chris Tucker in a popular buddy cop comedy. Those buddy cop comedies I can do with that. Oh, I guess they're okay. I shouldn't be doing it. He starred in The Rumble in the Bronx and Rush Hour. I used to be quite the movie junkie. Then I started making videos on YouTube, and I got no time to go to the movies. I make my own movies. There you go. That's right, Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan, Rumble in the Bronx, Rush Hour. Jackie Chan's innovative mix of comedy and martial arts, along with his fearless stunt work made him a beloved action star worldwide. Jackie Chan. We're all the way up to number 15. That means we got 6 of these guys left. Here we go. This gentleman started his acting career as a child actor in Disney films. He collaborated with director John Carpenter on several iconic films. Yes, he did. He worked with Tarantino one time too. Classic. He portrayed a former Special Forces operative in sci-fi film involving interstellar travel. He reprised his role as the 1980s anti-hero for a sequel set in the dystopian Los Angeles. Those were my favorites. Escape from New York and Escape from LA, right? I mean, those can be reality. Let's put a fence around the cities, let it go inside there. They can govern themselves. Yeah, the Tarantino thing was pretty cool. Kurt Russell, of course. Stargate, Escape from LA. Kurt Russell brought rugged charm. Mr. Rugged Charm himself. There he is. Married to Goldie Hawn. Goldie Hawn. Still married, I think. Oh, maybe they weren't actually married. They just lived together for 40 years. All right, you'll know this next guy. He became well known after appearing in a 1994 film directed by Quentin Tarantino. He played a reluctant partner to a famous action hero in one of his 1990s roles. He often portrayed tough, no-nonsense characters with a sharp wit. Who knows this guy? He starred alongside Gina Davis in a film about a housewife with a hidden past as an assassin. I don't know if I remember that one. He starred in Die Hard with a Vengeance and The Long Kiss Goodnight. Yeah, there you go. That's him. Samuel L. Jackson, long storied career, right? He's been in everything. Samuel L. Jackson, he's in Star Wars. How soon we forget. All right, we're up to number 17, and you'll know this guy coming up. He was originally known for his roles in spaghetti westerns. He often portrayed morally ambiguous characters. I guess a little bit. Seemed pretty straightforward to me. He played a Secret Service agent haunted by his past failure to protect the U.S. president. That's right. Morally ambiguous, I don't know. Seemed pretty straightforward. Still a lucky punk. He portrayed a master thief who witnessed a crime involving high-level officials. He starred in The Line of Fire and Absolute Power. Seemed like more obscure movies to me. Yep. That's him. Mr. Clint Eastwood. Clint's still alive, isn't he? I don't think he's passed yet. He was like the mayor of his town, Carmel. Clint Eastwood, intense performances and skillful direction made him a 1990s action roles compelling, blending drama with suspenseful action. Es Pedro. What's up, Es Pedro? ¿Qué pasa? He began his acting career in Spanish-language films directed by Pedro Almodovar. He transitioned to Hollywood, often playing dashing and charismatic heroes. This gentleman portrayed a mariachi out for revenge in a film directed by Robert Rodriguez. He played a legendary masked hero who fights for justice in California. That may be what he's best known for. Well, he's been in a lot of them, right? He starred in Desperado and Mask of Zorro. Quite a few action movies. Who knows? Anybody know this one? Who is this? Yeah, Rombos. Antonio Banderas. Antonio Banderas brought Latin flair to action films with charismatic performances in Desperado and Mask of Zorro. Right, we're all the way up to number 19. And I seem to have lost my clues. We will try to get them back. I had a little computer glitch there. That's a bummer. Who's this? You guys can get this one just from the picture. Who needs clues? He played a genetically enhanced soldier resurrected for combat missions. Who remembers who this is? He has a degree in chemical engineering. He rose to fame as a Soviet boxer in the Rocky movies. There you go, Stuart. You got it. You got it. My computer's tired. my clues disappeared, but I got them back for the last one. Last one of the evening. Here he comes. He began his career as a popular television show about young undercover cops. Remember that? No. He often played eccentric, offbeat characters in Tim Burton films. He played an ordinary man forced into an assassination plot by kidnappers. He portrayed an undercover FBI agent infiltrating the mafia in the 1970s. He starred in movies called The Nick of Time and Donnie Brasco. Yeah, very good. You guys got the last one. I think the robots did a pretty good job on the painting too, right? That's how you got that one. Johnny Depp showed his versatility as an actor in action thrillers like Nick of Time and Donnie Brasco, balancing intensity with emotional depth. Yeah, sorry about the delay. I'm not doing too bad on this end, I don't think, but it's not as good as if I had a landline, which someday I will. So hang in there. If you stay with me for a year or two, we'll probably have a faster connection. So there's that, there's that to look forward to. You got to hang in there for a while. I'm trying to do everything I can, the Starlink routers don't have a direct connection, so you have to use Wi-Fi no matter what. But it's fast Wi-Fi, so I don't know. We try to do it. Yeah, the weather's clear here tonight too. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me and going through those tough ones in the ancient America. But hopefully we learned something. I know you guys were writing down notes so that the next time you have the answers ready. Maybe we'll do a little round where we do 5 of the hardest ones from each hard category. See how you guys do. How's that sound? 5 hardest ones from each of the hardest categories. We'll try that. That doesn't sound good, does it? No, probably not. Okay. Let's see. Let me say good night and take it easy. Have a good one. I'll be back again on Sunday, I'm sure. And I promise to do 2 easy rounds and only 1 hard round. Okay. All right, man. Take it easy.